So question 5 here on cold. Still talking about Bob and Julia here. Basically, now we're talking about their helicopter wasn't able to pick them up. So now they're going to be stuck in that cold temperature for another whole week. So now what's going to happen? So basically, the first thing that's going to happen is we're going to be shifting. We're going to be shifting more from the shivering thermogenesis to non-shivering. We'll talk more about that BAT, right? The brown adipose tissue. So basically, this is going to be less about the muscle contraction and mainly about the BAT, brown adipose tissue. So the cold exposure is going to continue to increase the utilization of this brown adipose tissue. And we talked before, Julia, as a female and larger female, probably going to be able to use that a little bit more. So basically, we have some metabolic reactions that happen, of course. And then once we have those metabolic reactions that consist of CAMP and we have the uncoupling protein in the mitochondria, these react for a protein gradient to increase basic production of ATP. So after a week of this exposure, it's going to be the main source of energy rather than shivering. You're not going to shiver forever. We talked about that before. You're going to stop shivering at some point. It's going to be reduced to the reliance on shivering. Now, when it comes to which one of them is going to have the better reliance on it, like I said before, most likely Julia. She's going to develop more non-shivering thermogenesis through BAT, being a female. And be in that position. Bob has extremely low body fat at 3%. So basically, the substrate utilization is going to force him to rely more on that shivering thermogenesis because he doesn't have a lot of fat to go off of. He's using mostly carbohydrates, and as I said before, the food's going to be okay. So it's not like the glycogen in his muscle and liver is going to be really low. If they have plenty of food, he's going to be able to eat. So he's not going to lose that because he has the ability to use fat. 3% body fat doesn't mean you don't have any body fat to use. It's a misnomer there. It's something you see a lot. That people think if you have really low body fat, that means that you don't have any fat to use. Even someone as low as 3% body fat would still have enough fat to use. I think the example I've heard before would be that you could walk from San Francisco to Seattle just based on someone that had a normal body fat of still low, but like 10% body fat. So he still has energy for fat, but not in the way of developing. He would need a little higher body fat percentage. And depends on if there's many Twinkies in there, we'll see. But most likely, the answer is going to be Julia is going to have the better outcome of increased brown adipose tissue.